Do you have dreams of letting your cat explore the great outdoors in a safe and controlled way? Or maybe you just like to bring your cat along with you to the pet store, the park, or even on your vacations. There's a great big wide world out there, and I believe that your cat deserves a chance to experience it. My name is Emily Hall, and I am the owner and founder of Kitty Cat Go. I've been traveling and adventuring with my cats for almost 10 years now. Together, we enjoy hiking, canoeing, camping, and road tripping. My goal and passion is to educate, help, and encourage others to get out there, try new things, and go new places with their cats. I believe that enriching your cat's life with adventure, whether big or small, helps to give them a more fulfilled life. Letting your cat experience the sights, sounds, and smells of the outside world, while harnessed and leashed, of course, helps to bring them joy and excitement that they can't otherwise experience. Sharing in an activity like adventuring together also breeds trust, and trust breeds a stronger bond. And don't we all want a stronger bond with our kitties? Join me today as I share about the benefits of adventuring with your cat, the harness training process, and the gear you'll need to get started. The benefits of letting your cat explore outdoors are undeniable. Contrary to popular belief, cats require a good bit of mental and physical stimulation and enrichment. They have needs and instincts that need to be met, and we as their caregivers play a big role in making that happen. One way we can meet those needs is by letting them explore outdoors. The outside world is an endless and ever-changing environment, full of smells, sights, and sounds. Letting your cat feel the grass beneath their paws, smell the scents of nearby critters, and hear the birds chirping is incredibly enriching for them. Climbing trees and going for walks is wonderful exercise as well. Then there's the added benefit of participating in an activity together. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you desire a close and personal connection with your cat, to share an unwavering bond and sense of trust. Training and exploring outdoors with your cat will help to build and strengthen all of those things. All of this being said, I am not a proponent of letting your cat free roam outdoors. There are so many dangers to your cat, such as cars, predators, other cats, poisons, and even humans. To keep your cat safe while exploring outdoors, I recommend harness and leash training your cat. Now, before you discount the idea of cat training, I'm here to tell you it is very possible. I have trained all 7 of my cats, and though they have different preferences and tolerance levels for outdoor adventures, they've all learned the basics of harness and leash training. If I can train my 7 cats, then you can train yours too.
Step 1. Leave the harness out and let your cat smell it. Undo any Velcro and snap any closures together so your cat can get used to the sounds the harness makes. Reward your kitty with treats for expressing interest in the harness. Step 2. Put the harness on your cat, but don't fasten it. Most cats aren't used to the feeling of having something on them like this. You may want to try this during mealtime so the food distracts your cat from having the harness on. Reward with treats. Repeat this step as many times or as many days as necessary until your cat is comfortable. Step 3. It's time to put the harness on your cat and fasten it. Reward with treats. Practice adjusting the fit as well. You don't want it to be too tight or restrictive, but you don't want it too loose either. You should be able to fit 2 fingers between the harness and your cat. Let your cat wear the harness for small increments of time, maybe just 2 to 3 minutes. Again, reward them with treats during and after wearing the harness, even if they just lie there. It is completely normal for some cats to react negatively to the harness at first. They may flop over, freeze up, and refuse to move, or act wildly. It just takes time for them to get used to having something on them. Imagine what it would feel like if you had never worn clothes before and then put a shirt on for the first time. Be patient. There is no set time frame for harness training your cat. It may take a few days or even several weeks. Step 4. Once your cat is comfortable wearing the harness for small increments of time, increase how long you let them wear it. Always reward them. Encourage your cat to play or walk around while wearing the harness. Entice them with toys and treats. Continue with step 4 until your cat isn't bothered by the harness at all and will wear it for extended periods of time without any trouble. Just be sure to never leave your cat unsupervised while wearing their harness. Depending on your cat, you may need to spend more time on steps 1, 2, or 3 before moving on to step 4. No matter how much time you have to spend on a step, always be sure to praise your cat and reward them with treats for their progress. The idea is to get your kitty to associate the harness with positive experiences. I can't stress enough that training your cat takes time and patience. Sure, there will always be the exceptions, the cats who are just naturally up for anything without much training. That isn't the norm, though. Take the time to train your cat properly, however long it takes, and things will go more smoothly for both of you.
In addition to a harness, there are several other gear items you'll want to get as well. The first one is a leash. For someone who's just starting off, I recommend a standard 5 to 6 foot leash, not a retractable one. You want the leash to be short enough to keep your cat close by and also to give you enough control of the situation. The second thing you want is a collar with proper identification. Of course, I hope your cat never slips out of their harness, but just in case, you should have a collar on your cat with proper identification to increase the odds of your cat being reunited with you. A microchip is also a great extra layer of protection. On your cat's ID tags, you might consider adding something like "I'm lost" or "indoor cat only," so that way if someone were to find your cat, they would know they're not just a free-roaming outdoor cat, that they are actually indeed lost. On your cat's collar or harness, you might also consider adding some sort of tracking device. So that way, again, you just have an extra layer of protection in case your cat were to ever slip away. Popular trackers include an AirTag, the Tractive, the TabCat, the GeoBit. They all work differently and people have their different preferences. So research which ones might work best for you, and then you can decide on which tracker to get. If your cat will be traveling in the car, you'll also want to invest in a quality car carrier. Having your cat loose in the car just comes with too many dangers. For you, your cat, and other people on the road. God forbid you were ever in a car accident and have to slam on your brakes. A loose cat in the car is just dangerous for everyone. So a car carrier is a must, preferably one that's even been crash tested. In addition to the car carrier, you'll want to invest in a good quality backpack carrier. Cat backpacks are great for exploring new places with your cat. They give them a safe place to hang out or retreat to if they ever get scared or nervous. Plus, your cat might not be up for walking much sometimes, so they can enjoy a nice backpack ride if they get too tired. Treats. Treats are hands down one of the most vital pieces of cat adventure gear. Throughout the training process and as you go new places with your cat, you always want to reward with treats. They're a great motivator, especially for the food-motivated cat. They help your cat to associate the adventuring and training with good things too, which is crucial. If you find your cat's regular treats aren't doing the trick, then you may need to find a higher value treat, something that's different or special that you save only for adventuring. Finding a treat that is high in water content is helpful too, because most cats don't tend to drink a lot of water when they're out on adventures. A creamy treat like the churro or other squeezable treat like these Cat It Creamies are perfect for that. They will motivate your cat while also keeping them hydrated. If you've got treats, you'll also need a treat holder. Sure, you can just throw them in your pocket or the bag of your backpack, but I find that it's really helpful to have them easily accessible. I use a treat pouch like this that just clips to my pocket or my belt loop or the waist of my pants, so then I can just easily reach in and grab treats whenever I need them. Bringing along your cat's favorite toy is a great way to bring some familiarity from home along with you on adventures. You can also use it to keep your cat focused or distracted if there's something that you need to distract your cat from, such as a dog or a person approaching or anything that might cause your cat stress. You can dangle that toy and get your cat feeling comfortable and happy again. You can also use a wand toy to encourage your cat to follow you down the path. The final piece of cat adventuring gear that I recommend for beginners is a cat first aid kit. While I hope you and your cat never encounter an emergency situation and that your cat never gets injured when you're out, it's always best to be prepared. If you can't fit the cat first aid kit in your backpack or other bag that you may have with you on your adventures, at least keep it in your car or have it close by so that if an emergency situation does arise, it's not too far away. There are so many different harness styles out on the market, it can be overwhelming when you try to pick one out. There are the more walking jacket styles that Velcro or snap around your cat's neck and waist. There are the more minimalistic ones There's the H harnesses and the Roman harnesses and the step-in harnesses. So many styles, and they each have their own pros and cons. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say that there's one that will work for everyone. You're going to have to try out a few different styles to find out which one your cat is most comfortable in and which one you are most comfortable using. There is no such thing as a 100% escape-proof cat harness. If you want to prevent your cat from slipping the harness, then you want to focus on your training, making sure that your cat has been properly introduced and trained to accept the harness before you start taking them outside. You also want to make sure that you are always keeping the tension on the leash behind your cat. If you're ever standing in front of your cat and your cat's behind you and you're pulling forward on the leash, then that creates a situation where your cat will be able to more easily escape their harness. While of course some harnesses are more secure and better than others, there is no harness that is 100% escape proof. It all comes down to training and the way you handle the leash and your cat. As I mentioned, I recommend a standard 5 to 6 foot leash for those who are just getting started. A shorter leash allows more control and keeps your cat close by, so that if a situation like an approaching dog or other scary or potential stressful situation arises, your cat is within easy reach of you. I actually make cat leashes and sell them through my business, Kitty Cat Go. They're made of biothane and they're very durable. They're available in different lengths and colors, but they are fixed length, which is what I recommend. I don't personally recommend a retractable leash for many reasons, but a standard set length leash will never fail you. One of the most common questions I get is my cat too old to be trained? Is it too late for them to enjoy outside adventuring? The answer is no. It is never too late. Cats of all ages can be trained and learn to accept a harness and leash and go outside. I personally have trained my 7 cats, and they were all at different ages when I trained them. My most recent trainee is 10, and he took to it really well. So don't let your cat's age be the determining factor on whether or not you decide to take the plunge into adventure cat training. Your cat may surprise you. You just have to give them the chance. Your cat will tell you when they're ready to move on to the next phase of the training. Throughout the whole process, it's really important to follow your cat's lead, watch their body language, watch them for signs of stress, overwhelm, or discomfort. If you notice any of those, then stop whatever you're doing and try again later. There's no shame in having to back up a step or take things slow. You need to be patient and follow your cat's lead. Once you know that they are comfortable and ready, then you can move on to the next phase of your training. A lot of people hear the term adventure cat or hear about harness and leash training and think to themselves, well, I'm not a hiker, I'm not an adventurer myself, so I don't really think that I want to get out there and adventure with my cat. Well, the good news is that's okay. You don't have to. An adventure for your cat can be going out in your backyard, sitting on your back porch, just being outside and getting to experience the sights and smells and sounds and the sunlight on their bodies is very enriching. You don't need to go on some big elaborate adventure, any long hikes, go camping. You don't have to do all of that. I mean, you certainly can, obviously, and some cats really enjoy that, but some aren't into that, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Cat adventuring can be as big or as small as you want it to be. But I think if you're letting your cat get out there and experience the outdoors in some way, then you're doing the right thing. I hope you learned something, got something out of this, and were maybe even inspired to get out there, try new things, and go new places with your cat. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am always happy to help someone who is on their cat adventure journey, no matter where you may be. Good luck and happy adventuring.